Guys, in the world of transfers, nothing is impossible. That's it. Provided a player is linked to the team, don't come out and worry. And for this time round, it's Tchouameni being linked to Arsenal there for you. And the source that is really revealing to us this story is not all that credible. You can call it a third tier, but Fabrizio Romano had given us a hint about Tchouameni's unsatisfaction at Real Madrid. Welcome to Rokani Media Football. Good morning, guys, and where you're watching us from. I go by the names of Rokani David. Smash the like button, comment and share, and if you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. We are talking about Nwaneri, another Arsenal player that has always been linked to a runaway to Chelsea, but I think Jack Wilshere has gone ahead to address the issue and the role they're supposed to play to make him stay at Arsenal. And lastly, Calvert-Lewin again linked to Arsenal, a player that has not been playing games for Everton because of injuries, has been linked to Arsenal again. Remember, Arsenal in the summer of 2021, they are so much into Calvert-Lewin. They wanted him at the club of Arsenal, but Everton was calling in for 60 million pounds to sign this English-based player. Maybe Mikel Arteta now feels like it's okay for him to sign him because the player has gone ahead to deteriorate in value, and there is a prospect that Everton might be relegated, though today they've drawn 1-1 with Tottenham Hotspur. So, how is your Tuesday? Tuesday is really a day that comes as the 4th of April, and we're enjoying the month, and I hope you guys are really having the best of the best as we get into this end of the month, because after April ends, guys, real transfer news is going to be dished out at the beginning of May. I support Manchester United. I remember the story of Frankie de Jong was dropped around 7th May. That of Jesus to Arsenal was first broken at the 1st of April in 2022. Then in May, allegations, more news, beefing up the story, followed up onto that story until it came to happening and Jesus was signed by Arsenal. So guys, don't take these stories for granted. As the stories coming through, they are giving you an insight of what Arsenal might be really looking at to reinforce into their team. Now, towards the end of March this year, around 28th, 29th, Fabrizio Romano put out this tweet, and this is what Tchouameni was talking about his struggles to get game time at Real Madrid. We've been told, he told us that I'm confident, I know what I can do. There can be difficult moments in an athlete's career, and it's the first time it happened to me, but I'm still learning. There is a lot of competition at Real Madrid, and you need to be good to play. So, looks like this season, the manager is spearheading Valverde ahead of Tchouameni. So Valverde in that midfield is playing with either Camavinga, Luka Modric, and Toni Kroos. That's how things are really happening in for a player called Tchouameni. He's struggling for game time, and Fabrizio Romano has gone ahead and really let us know that. Now, every time a player is struggling for playing time, you get, at a team that usually changes its managers, and he doesn't know the future of who the next manager of Real Madrid is going to be, his agent starts to really look out for things like what his next move is. He starts to trade the player to different teams and really sees what is going to come out. In other words, in a very beautiful analogy, he throws a stone into the bush to lure out what might be there, whether negative news or positive news. Now, Peter O'Rourke is like a third-tier journalist, has gone ahead to confirm to us that Arsenal, not Peter O'Rourke, it's Ekrem Konar, and this guy is like a second-tier journalist. He told us that Arsenal are keen on Real Madrid midfielder Olio Tchouameni to improve their squad in the summer, with Liverpool also said to be interested in the 23-year-old. Now, this might sound as a hoax, but it's not a hoax. Do you know why? Real Madrid is a team that bought this young man at 80 million euros from Monaco. That is in the summer of 2022. Having bought him last season, he was really one of the best players that really played very well. He even led France to the World Cup last year, and he missed the penalty that gifted the trophy to Argentina. So, having bought him heavily and that amount of money, Real Madrid might be really believing that he cannot fulfill the boots of Casemiro. Remember, Casemiro left Real Madrid and went to Manchester United, and now they're having that void or vacuum that needs to be fulfilled. And it looks like Tchouameni is one of those players that has failed to go ahead and really fulfill that void. And when you look at Camavinga this season, he has gone ahead to really elevate his levels ever since the January transfer window. Looks like he's a regular into the starting 11 of Ancelotti, and Tchouameni is being played off the bench. I was even shocked in the game they played against Liverpool. That's when I had to go out and check how he's not getting the game time he used to get the previous year, because he just came on a subs and played like 20 minutes, meaning that he's no longer that important player that Madrid really believe he is. Because if you're Tchouameni and you cannot start ahead of Toni Kroos is like 34 years of age, and Tchouameni is 23 years of age, and is one of the best midfielders in his age in the world. But looks like things are really going not his way at Real Madrid, and that's why he's being linked to Liverpool and Arsenal by Ekrem Konate and very many other different sources. So what is my say or my take onto this? With Real Madrid having Federico Valverde and Camavinga, and also going in to looking for Jude Bellingham, I believe this story might have a clue or a positivity of Tchouameni being linked out of Real Madrid. Why? I know they can call for like 100 million euros for the player. That's like 85 million pounds, and I think Arsenal can offer it, because Tchouameni is a very good player. If you are to compare him with Caicedo, Zubimendi, Declan Rice, all those CDMs that Arsenal has been linked to this summer, I think Tchouameni is better than them. Very, very far much better than them. He is the perfect backup of Thomas Partey, or replacement of Thomas Partey at Arsenal. His physicality is undoubted. That puts him into the ilk of being Premier League proven. His passing is unmatched. He shoots from outside the 18 box area, from outside the 18 yards box area of the opponent's half. So he's a very good player, tall, and he's just 23 years of age. Fits the profile of this player, fits the profile of the manager Mikel Arteta, and it's hard, by the way, to get a player 23 years of age playing CDM like Tchouameni. And I think one of the attributes that he has, like that of Caicedo, is that he's young. Though Caicedo is 21 and Tchouameni is 23 years of age. But when you look at the experience of Tchouameni, it is really so much immense, and it will help Arsenal a lot because he's a winner. Tchouameni is a winner. He has lifted the Champions League trophy, the La Liga trophy, so he knows what it means to win. And I think that can be an edge that Arteta will always look at and say, all right, if Tchouameni is available, I'll go for him. And let me assure you, if it happens to be that Tchouameni is available in the summer, trust me, Arsenal will go in for Tchouameni, because he's better than all of the midfielders right now available. You get? And I think Real Madrid will be willing to cash in for the player. Do you know why? If they bring in Jude Bellingham, that means they would have gone ahead to elevate their midfield. And I think Tchouameni will find it hard for him to play into there, because Camavinga is on fire, Valverde is on fire, and if I bring in Jude Bellingham, though he doesn't play as a CDM, I mean Jude Bellingham, but Jude Bellingham just makes or improves the midfield of Real Madrid better and better and better. So as it stands, I believe Tchouameni has to make a decision, and he needs to really wait in and see who is going to be the next manager of Real Madrid, because it looks like Ancelotti is going to part ways with Real Madrid in the summer. He's going to become the new Brazilian manager, as it is rumored, and Kaka is going to be the team technical director of the national team. So it looks like in the summer they might bring in a new coach at Real Madrid. Nagelsmann is an admirer. Real Madrid admiring Nagelsmann and very many others. So Tchouameni might be looking through and wait and see which manager is coming in through. He will sit with the manager, talk to him, and if at all is in the plans, he might find himself staying. But if at all is not in the plans, he might find himself quitting Real Madrid. And Arsenal and Liverpool are really some of those teams that are really interested into the player. And if at all it goes to that level, to go on the wire on who's going to take him, I think Arsenal will take him, because chances of Liverpool getting into what we call Champions League football sports are really are really narrowing. They're really narrowing because they lost to Man City 4-1 over the weekend. It's not only Tchouameni that they are really interested in. Also, Calvert-Lewin is another player that Arsenal be linked to, and this story is brought to us by Peter O'Rourke. Arsenal are monitoring the availability of Everton striker Dominic Calvert-Lewin this summer and keeping tabs on whether a cut price deal could be made for the 26-year-old if the Toffees are relegated this season. So this deal is based onto the relegation of Everton. When you look at the Premier League, table, Everton have gone ahead to draw today. Sorry, yesterday night. They drew with Tottenham Hotspur, and Everton is having 27 points. They've played 29 games, so they are just 1 point ahead of the 18th place team, that is Leeds, that leads the relegation zone. So that shows you they are not safe. They are not safe, and they are not being safe can really guarantee Arsenal a chance to sign the player on a cheap. A player that would have gone in for like 60 million pounds, Arsenal can get him at half price, like 30 million pounds, because of Everton being relegated. But the big question is this player has been really injury prone for the previous 2 seasons. Can Mikel Arteta go in for a player like this who is been injury prone? Though I like the plan. I like the plan of Mikel Arteta. Why? He needs a different striker from Jesus and Eddie Nketiah, especially when you look at Calvert-Lewin. He is really good in the air, and he gives you a different plan when you are really tussling it out. And I think it's a lesson that Mikel Arteta learned from Pep Guardiola when he went to the Emirates and beat him 3-1. Because remember, in that game, Pep Guardiola played pragmatically. He let the ball for Arsenal. He knew that Arsenal were really better than him this season. He never went toe to toe with the players with the Arsenal, and he said, all right, let me sit back and play pragmatically but capitalize on my chances, and obviously he won. So it has come to the understanding of Arteta that sometimes you need a different kind of striker altogether. Calvert-Lewin is good in the air. You can use him as an aerial reference. Then even on the ground is not bad. And by the way, the other season that Arsenal interested in him, it was the season of 2021, 2022. He fired in very many goals. Though I think it was 2020, 2021. He fired in very many goals. I think he scored like 16 Premier League goals, meaning that if at all he's fully fit, he might find himself into that double figure number. And when you look at Mikel Arteta, he would like to get in what we call homegrown players into the team of Arsenal, because when you look at Arsenal, the English players they're having are Ramsdale, Ben White, Bukayo Saka, who else? Emily Smith Rowe. Which other player do they have? Press Nelson, Martinelli. Can he be termed as a homegrown player, starting playing at Arsenal at 18? Did he start playing for Arsenal at 18? I doubt. They're having little homegrown players, and it's going to affect their season, meaning that they are allowed to be having, are they 17? 17 players that are really coming out of England, so that are not really homegrown. So that means they need to get in more homegrown players, and I think that might be one of the other reasons that's why they want to bring in Calvert-Lewin. And if at all they can keep him fit, he can really be one of those players that can really get them goals into the season. And I think he's better than Eddie Nketiah. If at all we are right, he's better than Eddie Nketiah. But for Balogun, I don't know, because Balogun has already played in the Premier League, because the Premier League is really, really a difficult league to come in and settle in it immediately. So that's Calvert-Lewin, and let's talk about another homegrown player coming in from Arsenal. That homegrown player goes by the names of Nwaneri. Nwaneri has been linked to a move to Chelsea, but it looks like with the performances of Chelsea, Nwaneri might really want to stay. But Jack Wilshere, one of the coaches at Arsenal, has gone ahead and revealed to us as to why they need to keep Nwaneri. He said, "We all hope he stays because he's an exceptional talent. As coaches, we don't get involved and we don't talk about it. I think we have to make it clear. We don't talk about that. That's nothing. Our job is to develop him." That's what he has gone ahead and told us. That they can't discuss the selling of Nwaneri and his future, but it's all about them to develop him and really make him available for the first team. But I think he's a very good player, and he now believes that Arsenal is the best side to go. And I think if I'm Nwaneri, I put pen to paper. Future is at Arsenal. Chelsea, that is lying to him and trading a lot of lies to him to go there. I think they took Hutchinson, one of the good talents from the academy of Arsenal, and he's nowhere near the first team. That's it. So Chelsea's rebuild is really going to take very many years, and you don't expect a manager to come at Chelsea and look at young talent to be put in that team. I believe he should be at Arsenal because Arteta gave him a debut this year at the age of 15, and I think he has the best to really live at Arsenal. So guys, your thoughts on Tchouameni being linked to Arsenal are welcome in the comment section below. Calvert-Lewin has also been linked to Arsenal. Do you think Arsenal should go in for him because they're monitoring him on a situation or in a condition that if at all Everton is relegated, they'll go in for him? So I sign out for now. See you later. Good morning, my Muslim friends. Ramadan Kareem. Christians, may the Almighty Lord bless your day. I sign out for now. See you later.